2025's sneaker madness continues with shoes dropping that personally I never thought we'd see again, let alone shoes that I would actually be able to own. But here we are, and we've got what I believe is the greatest amalgam shoe, or what the shoe, of all time. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown of these bad boys right here. This is the Nike Kobe 8 Protro in the what the colorway. Man, I can't even tell you. I never thought that I'd own a pair of these, and here we are. So this is amazing for me. Before we get started, we do have these awesome hoodies in stock right now over at senseapparel.com. They are actually selling out in select sizes, so if you haven't grabbed one yet, you might want to head over there and do so before it's too late. There will be no restocks. These are ready to ship currently. This is not a pre-order. This is the real deal. They're available. They're shipping now.
Shut up and take my money.
And with that being said, inside of this particular box, well, first off, the box is different, so that's cool. This one is like a Jordan 1, but like this one's sturdy. It's got the scales all over it. There's Kobe's signature on top. There are gold accents and branding throughout, which I think is awesome. There's the little pull tab thing that you can grab the shoes out of your stash with or off the retail shelves. Inside of the box is Kobe paper, which is also really cool. So I love that this release just feels a little bit more special than the rest, even though I think that they're all awesome. You know what I mean? I don't love the shoes as much as maybe I did the originals based off of performance alone, not visuals. Visuals, I think they look stunning still, but performance-wise, I do prefer the originals. However, I just think that these are awesome. So there we go. They just leveled it up a little bit. Is this going to be the new box moving forward? That's interesting. I don't know. You know, only time will tell. I was able to get them in a kid size as well. And this is the same visuals as far as the box, but the box is regular. They do still have the Kobe paper in there. And I will say that the kids are slightly different than the men's, but not by much. So something that the men's come with are actually 4 sets of laces, which is insane. So you've got the pairs that are equipped in the shoes already. And then you have these baggies right here, and they each come with a different set or different color of lace. Same thing with the kids. The kids got the same laces, including the additionals, which is awesome.
Possible dumb question.
Yes.
When you say 4 sets, you mean like 4 complete sets?
These are each a set. So there's 2 laces, like a left and a right shoe in each bag.
Okay, but then the ones that are actually laced in, is there like a matching
okay, so
part to it?
Okay, thank you. 3 sets.
Okay.
Sorry, you're right.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify.
I'm rounding up.
Per usual.
Yes. 3 sets of laces. 1 is equipped in the shoe, the mismatch ones. This is how I'm gonna keep them. So I'm not gonna actually swap the laces out. I apologize in advance. I know that some of you guys like it, but I think that the laces that are in there are just perfect. One of the other changes actually comes from the tongue itself. The tongue on the men's pair is way better than previous men's pairs, like the plastic ones, you know what I mean? But it's a slight bit of more of like a fabric-y feel, or kind of like a canvasy feel. They're still very thin, like the plastic versions, which is different than the Team Bank version. So we've done videos on all of these, and they are a little bit different. The kids pair right here is done like the Team Bank, which I think is great. So you've got a real tongue on there. It's not the thin plasticky thing, or what this one is, which is like a thin fabric-y thing. This is an actual real tongue. I prefer this. I wish this was on the men's pair, but they did make the men's just like the originals. So there's that. Last but not least, it's the midsole. The kids pair do have drop-ins, but they're not the same cushion technology or anything like that. It's just a basic EVA slab. So nothing fancy there. They are flexible in the forefoot, something that the men's pair does not have. So for kids and for performance, I think that that's just fine. I don't think that kids are like running and jumping really high and stuff like that, like you might be when you're a little bit older. They also do have a liner on top, which I wish that the men's pair did. But yeah, I grabbed these for my son. He loves playing in his Kobe 8s, which is awesome because I don't. I don't like playing in my Kobe 8 Protros. But yeah, he loves his. So this was one of those few shoes where he actually like name dropped these. He was like, "Hey Dad, can I get the what the Kobe 8s?" And I was like, "What the, like, how do you even know what those are?" It doesn't matter. Copped. Now, as far as the shoe itself, basically this was, in my opinion at least, the best amalgam of any model ever of all time. Will this ever be topped? I'm not sure. I know that there has been other great ones since, but like, you know how people do rankings on YouTube now? This is S tier. Are you ever going to get better than this? I don't know. What I love about them is that it's not like a direct copy and paste from all of the previous Kobe 8 launches that they've ever done. And this does not include the new Protro colorways, by the way. This is just the original sets. So while if you like really look hard in these things, like you can see whether it's patterns or little streaks, like right here, that's the Blitz Blue graphic, you know what I'm saying? I actually still have an original pair thanks to a WearTesters Discord community member, so shout out to you. You can just see, if you really look, where they pulled and added things from and stuff like that, but it's not a direct copy and paste. Like, you're not gonna sit here and be like, oh, that's from this colorway 110%, you know what I mean? The only thing that actually is right here on the left shoe's medial side at the heel, and it's got the big bold Nike right there. That's from the Mamba Curial, the soccer version of the Kobe 8s. Not literally a soccer shoe, just the colorway was made after the Nike Mercurials or something like that. I can't remember what they're called. I'm not a soccer fan, I'm sorry. And yes, the Nike branding right here is reflective like it was on the Mamba Curials, and it's awesome. One of the things that I was personally curious about is that this right shoe right here, the outsole looks like it glows in the dark. I tried it, it does not. You know what does though? The swoosh. That was cool. That was a dope surprise. I was like, oh, that's sick. I did notice that there was graphic stuff on it, which the left shoe actually has a different graphic. This one's more of a snake scale pattern, whereas this one, I don't remember what these are from. I want to say it's from those like green and yellow ones, but I honestly can't remember. But anyways, the swoosh there, glows in the dark, thought it was sick. When you look at the rear, they are a little bit different. The Kobe 8s were really weird in the sense that the heels had different variations of them. So you can see that the Mamba Curial version has nothing there. There's no logo or anything like that outside of the giant Nike, whereas this one has the full Kobe logo. And then there were other ones that only had the two lines right there from the Kobe logo because they actually made Kobe socks, and they were quarter cut socks, and those had the rest of the Kobe sheath logo on it. So when you paired the socks with the shoes, you had the full logo. It was sick. Sounds stupid now, but at the time it was next level. As far as tech information is concerned, between this and something like the originals, the outsole is damn near the same. We've got herringbone from top to bottom. The main difference though is that the snake scale pattern that you see on these shoes has actually been rotated. So before they were actually fanned out like more of a radial fashion, so they just went that way. And now they're going linear with the rest of the herringbone and everything. But that's really the major change between this and something like the originals, even though the overall feel and the weight is definitely different. But we've gone over that in previous Kobe 8 Protro videos. They still have the glass-based carbon fiber shank plate, which is awesome. There is the hollowed out midsole, which I think looks amazing. I love the looks here. And again, when you look at these, like, you're just gonna look at them and see certain things from certain colorways without it being a direct copy and paste. So like the purple gradients are there, the blue coral snakes, whatever. These are beautiful shoes, man. Like, these are so dope. This is like an art piece, which they've actually done with the whole Prelude pack. Now, inside of that hollowed out cup sole is a React drop-in midsole. This is something where I was slightly disappointed with these because I was like, yo, if they have the opportunity to change that midsole into something else, you know what I mean? Like, whatever it might be, they could do it with this one, kind of like they did with the original All-Star release, where that version had Zoom Air in it instead of just the standard Lunar. They didn't do that. It's just Cushlon. They just kind of were like, man, we're just gonna go simple, go easy. All of them's gonna be the same, apparently. The upper is still engineered mesh, much like the original. It does feel different. Again, I've noted this in previous Kobe 8 Protro videos. What is different exactly? That's the thing I can't even tell you, because these feel more like these right here, which is a Nike ID pair, or back when it was called Nike ID. So the upper here feels just a little bit stiffer, like the toe rand where the glue is at, just a little bit more structured. And that's how these new ones feel. Now, while I've already noted the tongue material, I will also note that the little fixed lace loop that is on there, they actually have two different Kobe markings. The orange pair literally says Kobe, whereas the blue pair says KB24. I just think that that's sick. And a fun fact that I have not pointed out on any other Protro Kobe 8s, but right here at the base of the lace on both shoes, both the left and right, and every single colorway, inside of the engineered mesh is a very small Easter egg. It does say KB24 on there. It's just really hard to see with certain colorways, this being one of them. But if you have something like this one, the halos, they actually are like, it's there. You just gotta look a little bit. As far as sizing is concerned, I've been going true to size on all of my Kobe Protros.
Big mistake. Big. Huge.
Goddamn, they are tight as f. So going up half a size is what I would recommend for most people. If you're a wide footer, let me know what you do. I would assume going up half a size might not be enough. I'm not sure. But if you can help people out that are also fellow wide footers down below in the comment section, that would be great. But yeah, I don't know what they've done to the lasts on these Protros, but something's weird. It's not the same as the originals. I will say though that it's better than the last that they've been using on most of the current basketball shoes, like the KDs, the LeBrons, the Sabrinas, etc. And if you're interested in grabbing these or the kid size, they will be available here locally in the Sacramento area over at Phenom. It will be only available at their Doco location though, not the Elk Grove location. So if you were interested in grabbing a pair, make sure that you follow them on social, simply at Phenom Global over at Instagram. That way you don't miss out on what their launch procedure is going to be like. Now, with all that being being said, what is today's user submitted question of the day?
If you could play one-on-one versus any NBA player, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Good question. I don't know, because do I want to get the kicked out of me, or do I want to try to win, or am I just doing this just because? And is it as they are or in their prime, like as an NBA player? Would I want to play against Magic? Yes. Would I want to play against Bird? He'd probably kick my ass. Not that Magic wouldn't, but like Bird would be ruthless about it. Would I want to play against MJ? Same thing as Magic. I just want to be around MJ, which sounds creepy, and I think that he would kill me. Same thing with Allen Iverson. I would love to try to play Allen Iverson. I just am afraid for my ankles. So I know that he would snatch them up on the first play. I'd also like to play against Jason Williams, white chocolate Jason Williams, but he would also make me look really stupid. Not that any other NBA player wouldn't, but I'm just saying. Now, I will say that I did play horse with Langston Galloway, who's no longer an NBA player. He plays overseas, but I was playing horse against him while he was in the NBA. He was in Detroit at the time, and he kicked my ass. I think there's a video. But either way, NBA players at any level, or I would say any pro player at any level, is not to be with. They will whoop your ass, no problem. But anyways, what about you guys? If you could pick one player to play against 1v1, dead or alive, sound off below, let us know. On top of all of that, are you going after a pair of these? I've been watching them on GOAT, and they are just going down and down and down as far as like the resale price goes, which I think is awesome. Hopefully they're easy to get for people. I don't think that they will be like in store, but hopefully they don't break the bank after the fact either. It might be one of those shoes that you grab just in case. Be like, I'm gonna pay resale on these. I'm not really sure. It depends on how bad you want them. But with that being said, sound off below, let me know. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. We will catch you guys in the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.